Okay, so here is our review of the County Bridge Park in the Tioga Forest. So let's take a look around and see what we got. Are some people starting to picnic here? Here you can see a little bit of water going there. Here are the facilities at this particular park. There's a number of picnic tables and pavilions, and we see really well maintained for the folks to use. They do have fireplaces and fire pits for folks to barbecue and cook stuff out on the grill. And it does also look like they have potable water for folks. Now this doesn't meet the definition of public water supply, so it's not tested. That doesn't mean it's bad, it simply means they can't guarantee it. Over here we have fire pit to grill on, and there is a set of Privy Toilets right over there. And where I'm walking to is the river. I can hear the river in the background, so I want to check it out. And they can accommodate quite a few people here. There's picnic tables dispersed all over if it's just, you know, a couple of you coming out. But they do have the pavilions that can accommodate quite a few more people. So let's see how close we are to the Tioga River. And I do see a path up here, so I think that is going to lead us right down to the river. Really looks like fishy water. I did bring my fishing rod up here, but with working on the place, I don't know if I'll get to do it or not. So here we have the Tioga River. And you can see this river really looks good here. It looks really fishy up and downstream. So this is a healthy section of the Tioga River, and we also see that the river is running a little muddy and a little high because of all the rain, but definitely this really does look fishy. I can't wait to start fishing this water with my rod. There you can see down there a deeper hole where a lot of fish could be hiding. So really looking forward to fishing this section in the future. So now we're going to head over to the campground, and through the use of magic we'll be there really shortly. See you in a few. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm at the corner of Gleason and River Road. You can see the sign up there. And actually my truck is right back there. So I just walked up to the corner, and now we're going to head across and check out the campground, which is across the street. So here you can see the Tioga State Forest campground sign. It is the County Bridge area, and we're going to take a walk through the loop. There's maybe 15 or 16 sites here, and they do have a privy, so kind of like a protected outhouse. You can actually see it in the background there. We'll check the board first, see what we got here as far as responsibilities. No ATVs. We see they do have forms here to fill out, and the nightly fee is $10. And you have to be 18 years or older in order to rent a space. So really inexpensive camping here at this particular area. And you just fill out the form, and then you would put it in this metal box, and then they come in and check it later. There is a set of rules on what we have to do as far as maintaining the park. You can have your pets here, and there's a limit on the number of days, 14 night limit for this. So really worthwhile here. Here you can see they do have a dump station available here at the campground. So there's a handle on there to open that up. So they did think of that. They also have water here for flushing and cleaning purposes only. There we go. How you doing? So this loop continues around from the Privy, and we can see there are some campers taking advantage of this place, even though it's projected to rain all weekend. Not every site has been used. Obviously, we can see folks spreading out a little bit. The site has their fire going. How you doing? Here's another empty campsite. So on Memorial Day weekend, we do have some open campsites. Now I suspect it'll be more full as we get closer to the river. Here you can see Jayco set up, empty spot really next to them. There are some campers set up on the inner circle. Typically could be friends all camping together. And here we see a trail that leads down to the river. So there's access for those folks on the inside that can come down to the river. Just gotta watch where you're going so you don't slip and fall. But now you see why the campsites that butt up against the river are so popular. Here we have the river once again, and they're all along the campground in this area, so you can see the river really looks good in this particular area. Okay, so we'll head back. Sites look relatively level. It doesn't look like folks have a lot of problems in leveling their campers in this particular area. Here you can see some tenors over here. As you can see. Campground being pretty used, but there are still some sites. We'll check out this site right next door, and you can see it's open. You actually could probably fit two here if you wanted to. But look at this site, and right behind the site is the river. So if you think about it, this would be a perfect site. If I was on the other side, I'd probably move over here to take advantage of the water being right behind us. All right, let's continue our tour. That looks like site number 8, by the way. Here we see a big fifth wheel and a lot of solar panels. I don't know how much they're collecting on solar panels, but all these campsites on the right hand side are right on the river, and you can see there is a bridge, which is how it got its name, right above there. So even though it's a holiday weekend, they still have maybe 5 or 6 sites that are still open for people to use. And it is a first come, first served basis. You fill that little form out and stake your claim on your spot. Here's a pretty dry campground. Notice that they, site 14, reserved for handicapped folks. So really thinking about allowing everybody to enjoy the outdoors. This would probably be, site 15 is probably the noisiest campsite of all, because it is literally right in front of the County Bridge Road on Gleason Road. And now we're coming back to the front of the campground again. So this is very little services. They do have a dump station. They do have some water. Don't know that you would want to drink that water or not. It hasn't been tested, but you could flush things and do that. And you could go get some water if you wanted to, or bring extra water with you. I know the wandering Wagners, when they take their Airstream out, they generally always fill their water tank because they just don't know where they're going to be. So they like to fill their tank. Okay, well that about wraps up our tour of County Bridge Campground and Park in the Tioga Forest in Tioga County, Pennsylvania. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you really want to help me out, if you could subscribe to my channel, Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs, I'd really appreciate it. And don't be afraid to tap that bell. That'll give you notifications whenever I have a new video coming up. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your day.